Good morning, everyone. My name is Anne-Marie Band. Today is November the 14th, and this is the Moneyball Morning Report for the Benzinga Pro platform. Today, we are looking at jobless claims and the PPI. Those are both pre-market, so if you're a pre-market trader, you want to be careful about your position size. Notice yesterday with the CPI, we had this gigantic wick that came up at 8:30. We retested it. This confirms a general volume profile analysis, market profile things that suggest that pre-market highs do not often stay as the highs. They are normally tested during market hours, and then a decision is made from there. Two things I'm noticing across the board. Buy liquidity is rising, and we've made now a series of higher lows. We've broken through this downward trend that we're sitting. We're going to be able to see that in all of the charts. And now we're dancing at that 60-22 area. That was the area I said yesterday, hey, listen, if you lose it, it's likely to be a good short. And it was a very messy short. You have to be very quick or you were going to be in trouble. Same sort of thing on the downward slant of the morning. Look to the left, pre-market lows. As soon as they start to rise, you're able to see upside pressure there and follow through. Today, a little bit mixed, but I would say the same thing. Dips are buys. We've got a number here. This potentially is a wave, but it got sort of invalidated as a wave. Now it's just a box of noise. And so the low at 59.93 might also be the good buy zone overall if price action does not hold. But in general, this number near 6,003 is going to be that higher low that the prices should hold. That could be a stop with the buy zone at about 6,009. But wait for the price action to tell you what's going on. If you're still bearish, thinking, wait, that's a high, this is a double top, I've got motion here that could fade, that's potentially true, but this higher low invalidates that. So you have to be very careful about thinking the downside flow is going to hold. It does not look like it's going to. It looks like it could be another day of consolidation, which would be great for the markets, and it would give us one more leg to the upside in general, as technical theory suggests that when we make a huge run to the upside and then we begin to consolidate, it's telling us that traders are finding new acceptance of price at a higher line, and they're going to move up. So here is this downward channel that got broken in the overnight. It got tested several times. This is why I don't like to trade on trend lines. The actual line is the horizontal line here, somewhere at 21,084. That's going to be that support zone. I noticed that a lot of traders were getting involved at around 21,100 to 105. That's a great area to see if it'll hold and position a buy. Lower lows have really kind of stopped, but it's a mishmash here. See, we've got ourselves a little bit of noise, right? That could break, could hold, but my suspicion is that it holds at around that 105. The top end at 178 to 184, that's where the volume point of control is. A lot of traders moving back and forth. This morning's PPI number could give us a great shot at a position. Right after the number, you wait 1 or 2 minutes, see where the high is. If it's way up here at value area high, 21,254, you could get yourself a short and go small size, watch it come down into the volume point of control, chop around a whole bunch, and then either go to the bottom or lift, right? But edges are going to be where you're going to find maximum reward for the least risk today across the board. Low edge, 21,076. We left some single prints open in yesterday's volume profile area, and then 21,240 all the way up to 21,270, right? That's going to give us the ranges that we can trade here. That's what I am looking for. All right, with the YM, a lot more congestion, well inside value area high, value area low. We are making higher lows. We did just break to the north. Liquidity areas are lifting. I can definitely see that. Buying area at around 44,000 still looks really solid. We want to see it break out above 44,220 and hold for more upside pressure, at which point it'll take us to 44,343. Ranges that are going to give you maximum lift. Volume point of control hold at 43,900. That's going to be where all the chop action is. Very likely to give you some time if it comes into that area. So watch for bottoming and don't chase it once it's gotten up over the top. If this continues above 44,220, again, 44,343, 44,454, still caught in a big box. So hopefully we could range. All right, backed by popular demand, and I love this. I love to trade it. It's fantastic. It's micro Bitcoin, and here's what's happening. Look at what happened. It came into a trend line, holding the midline of this box, right? Right there. Notice this number that it comes all the way down at, 88,500. That's how this chart moves. It goes in 500 lots, jockeys around, 500 more, jockeys around, pullbacks are in the sloppy areas near the 500s and the aughts, right? So that's what it's giving us. We just saw it happen again. It went to 92,000, that's the aughts, breached a little bit, and then began to rotate over. Okay, so what are they doing? Looking for higher lows to buy. What's a good number? 90,000 looks great to me, but it could hold that region, and it's about a 200-point region. So you want to be careful about that, but that's the beauty of micro Bitcoin. It just moves in these very small increments, and you can simply add as the trend takes over. Clearly, dips are still getting bought. They do want to try to break to the north here, but a lot of liquidity as well as value area high up here at 94,000. I anticipate, because of the higher lows, we are going to break out. So it is a buy the dip formation as long as we hold this trend line that will have its first break at about 89,000. All right, and then that'll send it to 88, and then 87,500, and then 87, and so on and so forth. Sloppy, not exact, but that's how they're moving, and I absolutely love this instrument. Absolutely love it. As far as instruments and technicals, man, it's a beauty to trade. Very, very beautiful. Well outside of the mental hype of, oh my gosh, it's going to the moon. That's just a trading vehicle to take money out of the market. All right, here we are. Higher lows in SPY, right? The volume point of control is moving up. And, yeah. And what we're looking at right now is a choppy zone that could have the same kind of business happen at the PPI at 830. Watch for the explosion higher and then the failure to retest and hold, breakaway, and then we'll come right back down into the box, dance around the zone. To me, 595 would be a support zone, 596. They're moving in at around 596.80 and then running to the upside. Very, very tight zone. Very tight zone, but again, buy the dip. Momentum is flat, and that means you're going to see wicks from the downside to the upside. We are sitting well inside value area. Value area is very wide on the 1 hour chart for SPY. Taking a look at the Qs, also very much inside value area. The value area, inside value area high, well above value area low. Volume pocket down here, but what are we actually doing? Dip buying in a range. So anything that comes in to about 510, you're going to start looking for buying pressure to show up. And that's a rounding formation, stops heading lower, breaches higher, pulls back into a higher low. Remember, that's what always happens. That's a lot of times people call it 3-bar reversals if you're looking at a 5-minute, but it's the formation of what's happening to the traders that gives you the upside. Today, looking for an upside spike, 514.80 all the way to 516.80, or a pullback action into 509. You notice most of the time I have not said anything about lower edges. certainly you know that if it breaks the support zone, stand out of the way until it recaptures it, or it tries to recapture it and fails, and then the new rotation to the downside will begin. We've got quite a bit of liquidity sitting here at 509.80. All right, taking a look at oil. Hello, that's not oil. Oil is in rollover, so it's a little bit wonky looking. This is the ledge. Been waiting for it to move out of, really, since yesterday. Tested it twice. This morning is the third time, but look. See the rotation? Savage group of buyers coming in right at the value area low. I find that to be absolutely fascinating. We did talk about 66.85. It did not come in there, but I did say, hey, listen, we are sitting at the value area low. Buyers could come in, and this becomes an electric move all the way up to the top, pulls back, holding a range, and that range is at 68. Then we move to 69, and then potentially 70. All right, low volume pocket. We'll see what happens. Let's take a look at gold. Oh dear. Here we go. Gold continues to fade. Listen, this is moving against the dollar, sitting right at value area low. Let's duplicate this one. See where the next ledge is. Notice it actually clears out way before this range comes in. And so it tells me that the range of motion is shifting a bit. It's getting smaller. And so that's the one I'm going to replicate. Sitting right at that edge. Notice it comes right into it. Also value area low. Look for a bottoming formation here. This chart could begin to lift higher, but it is under pressure from the dollar. All right, everybody, take it easy. Watch your size. Follow the simplicity of the technical analysis and watch your risk. I'll see you on the streams.